Hey friends, I'm not sure we can reverse age. There is no secret to that, but we can change the way we age. And we want to age without pain. We want to live free and happy. And there is one way that you can get on the path like I changed my life. And that was through my diet, through what I put into my body, by avoiding foods that were inflammatory, like grains and pasta and bread, like sugars, right? And then you say, oh God, what's left? Well, what's left are all wonderful, beautiful, real, whole foods that can change your life, all right? You may not be able to reverse age, but you can age well, like I believe I have. Like I said, I turned 70 this year, and I looked at some of my old pictures, and I said to myself, oh, wow, did I really look like that? And what's really more important is how I feel. Oh, my God, I used to creak out of bed every morning, seriously. My knees, my back, everything. If my body had a joint in it, the joint hurt. I was on Celebrex for 20 years, and I'll tell you, it was just changing what I put inside my body, avoiding all those foods that just continue to fuel that inflammation fire, just changed everything, and I was able to get off of that. So the question that everyone asks me is, well, how do you do it? Where do you start? What the heck do you eat? What do you buy? Well, I did it for you. Coming up here, I have a couple of segments here, and I'm going to show you what you should have in your kitchen, all right? In your anti-inflammatory, age-well kitchen that is easy, and in the long run, it's actually less expensive because you're not paying for the prep, for chemicals, and for really poisons that are out there that are disguised as convenience and health foods. So I'm going to show you what to buy, what you should have in your kitchen every day so that you can stay on track. All right, that's the key here, is that you need to have all these things on hand so you are not tempted to go out and get that pizza, or go to a fast food place, or even a regular restaurant where you don't really know what they put in food or what they're cooking it in, okay? So I'm going to show you that, and you can stop the video at any time to make the list, and I want you to think about that. I want you to think about how you can turn around your life, all right? You can turn around your life just by avoiding things that inflame everything in your body, okay? Okay, so before I do that, though, this is important. Help me too by subscribing to my channel. There's a button down there someplace, and liking the video. It'll help. It'll actually get it out more so more people can see it too. All right, here we go. Okay, here are my essentials that I always have available so that I am never at a loss to eat good food and foods that are anti-inflammatory. All right, always have eggs. My gosh, actually I usually have 2 cartons like this. I eat eggs every day. I fortify my foods with them, and you only have one here, but this is a hard-boiled egg. I usually have like a dozen of these on hand. Easy, quick snack, quick protein, and it makes wonderful egg salad, which I make a lot of. All right, so let's start then going a little bit into fats. Fats like extra virgin olive oil. In fact, I have no other oils in my house. I got rid of the corn oil, the canola, all those seed oils. Those are actually killing us. All right, there's lots of research on that. Go look at it. And you want to know something? It's actually one of the causes of, they're saying that Alzheimer's. That's right. Okay, important. When you look for olive oil, look for an oil that says extra virgin. All right, that's important. Okay, cold extracted. That means they don't heat the olives. It's like they put them in a press and they squeeze them. All right, that's what the extra virgin is about. It's the first squeeze. The other thing that's important is look at the ingredients. It should just say ingredient. extra virgin olive oil. No mixes, no adding other stuff in there, okay? You just want extra virgin olive oil. Ideally in a dark bottle or a tin. You don't want to leave it out on your counter actually, because light will degrade the oil, okay? The other important fat that you really need is butter. That's right, real butter. None of the fake stuff, butter. Between butter and olive oil, this is what I use for my baking, my frying. I also use cream cheese. All right, cream cheese is a wonderful alternative to milk, like adding milk to products or to mash vegetables. Add cream cheese because you get the fat and you get the good cream, the heavy fat, the heavy cream. Not anything that says light or anything like that. That actually has more sugar and more inflammatories, okay? Low fat means inflammatory. That's right. Also, always on my counter every day is an avocado. Well, actually one that is ripe, and I have several out because, they take a few days to ripen. But this is an essential food. It's an essential fat. It's wonderful. I have one out every day, and I have one every single day. Oh, I forgot the other essential protein that I always have, and this is one of the best values and best, honestly, when it comes to adding protein to your diet, and that is ground beef. I like to get the 80-20. Even less, honestly, even less is pretty good. They make the best hamburgers, and you need that ratio of good fats. Remember, animal good fat, okay? Fake fats like these manufactured seed oils and all is not good. Those are inflammatories. Now with ground beef, I always have this in my freezer, and I don't keep it like this. Remember, you want to have everything ready to go. What I do is I make these into patties, and then I freeze them like a big hamburger patty. So if I want to make meatballs, I just defrost it. If I just want to add a little bit to a soup or whatever, again, manageable patties. Here's the other protein that's really important that I keep in my freezer. I know that looks weird, but these are chicken breasts, okay? My diet really is eggs, ground beef, and chicken breasts. If you like drumsticks, that's great. But I like the breast because this is so versatile. What I do is I make sure it's all in the prep. I buy large chicken breasts, and then I slice them, and then I pound them. Okay, I pound them. Let me show you my pounder. Yeah, this little baby's about 1 million years old, but you need this for your meats, especially for, quote, your tougher meats that need long cooking or simmering, or for chicken breasts, because a delicious chicken breast is a tender one. So I pound them nice and thin, and then I lay them in a Ziploc bag. So whenever I just need a piece, I just kind of whack it off and use it and utilize it, all right? It's all in making sure that it's ready to use, ready to cook. Okay, so let's talk about some veggies, all right? Get rid of iceberg lettuce. It's actually, does nothing for you. Romaine is a lot better. I use these to make great salads with chicken right on top. That's where this baby comes in. I do quick saute in the pan with Parmesan cheese on top, and I slice it, and then I make a nice olive oil and lemon dressing on cut up, really chopped up romaine. Excellent. These also make to or like impromptu like sandwich slices for meats and stuff like that, or for cheeses as an accompaniment. So you want romaine. Here's the other thing that I have every single day is I have a cucumber. All right, there is something about these cucumbers. It's great for fiber. It's good for you, low carb, anti-inflammatory. But what I do is I slice them up into spheres, and I drizzle them with my olive oil and some good salt. All right, I like the English cucumbers because these are less gassy. My stomach's a little sensitive. They're nicer, they're dense. I know they're more expensive, but you know what? You're worth it. Okay, what else? Cauliflower. I always have a head of cauliflower in my refrigerator. Besides, as a side vegetable, it is a great replacement for potatoes. I don't eat potatoes anymore because potatoes equal arthritis. That's right. And they're very inflammatory. This is wonderful as a cauliflower mash. You cook this up, or I actually steam it and add cream cheese together with a little a dash, I should say, of nutmeg and garlic. Voila, it is the best replacement. In fact, you'll prefer that over mashed potatoes any day. I also have a bunch of asparagus in my fridge. Fresh ones, not the ones out of the can. And I found a way to keep them so that you don't have to do the whole, the whole bunch at one time. That's a little bit of water at the bottom. You put them in a jar or a plastic jar in the refrigerator, and every day I have a few. I just steam them real quick. I always add olive oil. Yep, olive oil, salt, and usually that's all I do. Sometimes maybe a little bit of lemon, but this is my go-to wonderful anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, just best vegetable ever. Okay, I think I covered everything here. Okay, if you have this all, if you stock yourself with all these items, you will have an anti-inflammatory diet right at your fingertips, and you can prep your meals every day, and really it'll change your life. Oh, I forgot about pickles. Who would have known? But fermented foods are wonderful for us. They really are. I like I pick these whole dills. I like to slice them up myself. You can basically pick any pickle you want. Stay away from the stuff, like bread and butter, which are delicious, but they have added sugar, so you don't want to add any fuel to your fire, okay? This is your basic keto, low carb, change your life kitchen. Okay, here's my bonus feature here. These items round out your kitchen completely. Okay, now I'll tell you why. They're not an absolute, but they sure do help. So let's start. First of all, I never use real sugar. Sugar is an inflammatory. This is stevia. Some of the brand names are like Splenda or Swerve, but at least it doesn't spike your blood sugar as much. And so when I have to, I use these, even in my cooking, okay? And the powdered sugar actually comes in handy when you're doing some baking or when making whipped cream, but we'll get back to that in a moment. I always have a good cheese. What I mean by good cheese, it's in the case where they're usually cut from real cheese that's been aged. Many of the commercial brands of cheeses or, the stuff in the dairy aisle, honestly, just buy one good cheese instead of all of those. A lot of those are just oils. So I like to have some cheese. They're a great snack, or when you need that little extra something in between. I always have bacon, another great keto, low carb snack. Actually not a snack, but a meal with my eggs or by itself. Or I make sandwiches from the romaine lettuce. Do you believe that? With a little mayo and a tomato. But I always have the bacon. Plus I save the fat that's in the pan and I put it into a cup on my stove, and I use the solidified fat, otherwise known as lard, for cooking. All right. I always have a good salt. It's worth the money. Get the good sea salt. Brand isn't necessarily important, but the coarse, that's great as an extra finish on food. It's fabulous. Salt is really important for your diet. I always have onions. Always. You always need onions in your cooking, right? So I always make sure I have a bag of those. Always have lemon. Lemon I use as squeeze it on my sliced avocado every day. It stops it from browning, plus it's delicious with a little salt. Plus this, I use lemon instead of vinegar for my salad dressing, along with olive oil. To me, I just find it a lot lighter, and it tastes delicious. Plus it's good for you, obviously. For dessert now, I know we didn't have many choices, right? But I always I have a carton of heavy whipping cream because I make my own whipped cream. You can. All you got to do is put some in a bowl and some vanilla flavoring. And once it thickens up and starts to get soft peaks, you add some of this. I guess that's the stevia, which is powdered sugar. So that won't spike your blood sugar as much. But I make my own whipped cream, and you can use it with so many things, like your coffee. All right, you want to have like a real latte? I'll tell you, have your coffee and a dollop of whipped cream. Yummy. I also use it together along with the zero sugar Jell-O. This is a great, like when you have a sweet tooth, plus it has the collagen in there. The Jell-O's good for your fingernails and your hair. Also, really, I enjoy is the zero sugar chocolate pudding. That is always like when I just need that, you need that little something. Sometimes when everybody else is having all the gooky stuff, you can at least not spike up your blood sugars or as much with the sugar-free. So make sure it's zero sugar. And I use these in conjunction with the whipped cream that I make. So it's really, truly a low-carb, delicious little sweet snack. And you notice that I didn't have any fruit. The only fruit that I will buy now are berries. And blueberries, I mean, you know all the stories about blueberries, but it's nice to have like a little cart in the refrigerator. When you need it, you just grab a handful of these, and that should do the trick. But anyhow, this is my add-on bonus to rounding out your anti-inflammatory and change your life kitchen.